Oh, you know it. It's time. It's time for it. Let's get into this thing. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich and Fun for Five. We have made it to Evercade Friday, and it's just, this is the one. This is the one. You know, it's time for some Rich's picks, because on Evercade Friday, we go through each one of these Evercade collections and pick out some awesome games. I'm just going to come out and say it. We're going to go through and just celebrate this cart right now, because the richest pick for Piko 1 is go get Piko 1. That's it. Right? You know, video done. I know I just killed everything. You know, like all the climactic things that keep you into the video. Just, this is it. This is the one that you get, right? You get your Evercade, and it comes with Atari and Interplay and Data East if you have it in the US, or Namco 1 if you, or Namco 2 or Namco 1 if you have it in the UK, until such a time as they change it to whatever they're going to change it to. But this is the other one you get. This is the one. When you're trying to buy, it's like, oh, what is the first cart that I should possibly pick? That's it. It's Piko 1. All right. And why? Let's just hold on. Just hold on a second. This, my friends, is why. You've got all sorts of crazy games in this cart, and they hit every genre. Again, it's all about that discovery and that curation with me and my relationship to Blaze, and how I think, like, what's a good rating for a cart for me is, do they hit all the notes, right? And I don't think there is a note that didn't get hit on this cart, and I haven't seen it on nearly any other one. Right? Maybe Renovation, right? When it comes out later on next month, we might get a contender. I am, just disclaimer, I am also a huge RPG fan, so the fact that there are multiple RPGs on this cart just sends it over the edge for me. But just regardless, there's action adventure games like Eight Eyes, which I would give a hat tip half richest pick to. It is a Castlevania-like, but it is nowhere near Castlevania. But if we're not going to get a Konami license anytime soon, and you want something that plays a little bit like a Castlevania game, boom, Eight Eyes is your game. It's on the cart, right? You've got Brave Battle Saga. That's a full richest pick. Now, I started thinking as I was going to do this video, like, do I just go in and play them like I normally do? Well, how do you play a single-player role-playing game from the start? There's so much exposition. There's so much wasted time. I'm just going to tell you, this game is a awesome 16-bit gem that I got to play for the first time. I'm still not even close to an eighth of the way through. Not even a quarter. Not even anything. I've still barely played this game because I'm so scared that I'm just going to fall into a hole and just never get out, that I believe later on, if you guys are with me in that comment section that I keep telling you, go down there and let me know, I may do a series very similar to the one that I'm doing with Golden Axe Warrior as soon as I get through all the carts doing my richest pick. Now, when they put out a new cart, the Evercade Friday will be me going through richest picks of the cart as they come out, as I finally catch up. But when I'm finally done with all 22 of the mainline carts and the 4 arcade carts, I'm going to go back and I'm going to start picking titles to really dig into. A Brave Battle Saga might be my first title. I'm going to go get myself a handy-dandy guide on GameFAQs, and I'm going to go through and play it with you guys. I think that might be the thing that I want to do. So let me know down below if you want to see that. But that's, a full-fledged, full role-playing game that I've never played that isn't one of those things, right? It's not the Final Fantasy game. It's not, we put the Dragon Quest game on the card or whatever. This is a full game I've never even heard of before. and it's cool. It's good. It's actually it's a good game. It's got a good story, and it's really cool. So, and intriguing. Then you get the next game. We're not even there's 20 games on this cart, right? I know the hype train is through the roof. Most of you go like, "Wait, Rich, what are you doing? You're just like you're on like crazy town." It's just awesome. Just trust me. Canon, Legend of the New Guys, it's a tactical role-playing game. So not only so you've got like the Castlevania like, and then you get a full-blown RPG, and now you're getting a tactical role-playing game, similar in vein to a Final Fantasy Tactics or an Ogre Battle or a Vandal Hearts, etc., etc., etc. Advance Wars. You just keep going. Keep naming them. This game plays like it. And I got to play a little bit of this one too. And man, again, it's 16-bit. It's starting to dig the hooks in, and I gotta go, oh, wait, hey, there's too many of these games I gotta play. We're just about done with the regular collections on the Evercast. We're about to jump into the arcade game collections. I cannot devote the time to play this game. Right? I gotta hold off. It's another one. Right after Brave Battle Saga, I will do a series for this one too. And that's 2 games that I'm willing to do a full series to play through the entire game with you guys, like I do Golden Axe Warrior. And it's still 3 games on this card. And we're not done yet. Okay. Let me just say, all right, is every game on this cart a hot banger? No. Dork N Nip is not one of those games that I've put in the highest caliber ever, but it is still a quirky platformer that didn't see a release. It just kind of came out of nowhere. Somebody got it out of a box and put some shine on it and said, you know what, we're going to release this game, and it wound up sneaking its way onto this collection. Is it an awful game? No. It's not really an awful game, but is it the best game on the cart? Absolutely not. I don't know if it actually gets a pick. I mean, it might get a pass. But anyway, let's move on to Dragon View, which is an action role-playing game. It's 2D, side-scroller, 16-bit, has a full story, has all sorts of cool, crazy stuff going on with it, and feels kind of similarly to those. I don't know. There's a ton of different side-scrolling action RPGs. Popful Mail, in my opinion, it comes to mind when I think about this game. The actual writing of the characters kind of has that edge to it. Like the tude comes out in this a little bit, and it is very similar to the writing style of some of those awesome classics that Working Designs brought over here in the Sega CD range. So that is something that's a little common, and it is cool. It's a little clunky. The action's a little clunky. The controls are not the best, but still, I think, worth your time and worth checking out. We go on to Drakken, which is another one of those games. Again, it's a full role-playing game. It's a little more of a computer style kind of role-playing game. When I play this one, I feel like I'm sitting back in the day at my IBM clone PC that my dad had, and I got one of those demo discs or something, and I'm playing through a game, and this is the kind of feel that I get. It's like just not quite. It is kind of cool, but maybe not. It has that little bit of like 3D landscape thing. So does Dragon View, by the way. The navigation, they have that so 3D kind of thing. But with Drakken, it's just it's okay. All right, but it's another RPG, something that could be played. Just pretty cool. You got Iron Commando next. It's a full-fledged beat 'em up. So now we've got action adventures, we've got RPGs, we've got strategy RPGs, we've got all sorts of other kind of stuff, like crazy little character platformers, and now we've got a beat 'em up. Is it Final Fight? No. Is it the best beat 'em up I've ever played in my life? No. But it's on this cart, and if you're going on a trip, this is the only one you need. I'm telling you. Every genre that you need on the go. It's represented here, I'm telling you. Or you got Gem Power in the Lost Dimension, another one of those things. This is like treaded towards Dork and Imp category, category of quality. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it is still cool. It's like a little action game you can play. It is very frustrating at times, though, because, oh man, this game is not friendly to a player. But I think it's at least worth the look. Maybe not the best. You again got Magic Girl. Now you've got shooters. This is a cute 'em up, in what I would call a cute 'em up anyway. Vertical shooter action. So you've got that going for you. You need, some arcadey style shooter action. This cart has you covered. It's a pretty cool game. It controls well. It's fun to play. Definitely check it out if you like those kind of things. Is it some of those, some of the best top-down shooter? Is it Philios caliber? Probably not, but it's still cool. And again, it's on this cart. The variety is there. You've got Nightshade, which is again, kind of like that PC adventure style point-and-click adventure game on this cart. It's intriguing. It is a little clunky. It's a little hard to get around, get your mind around, but it's cool because it's there. It throws the air of possibility. We might be able to get more point-and-click adventures from other game makers like later on down the road. It's a cool thing because, and again, if you just want something just off the wall, you're on that trip, and this is the only one you brought, you still have other genres to play, and you could have a good time for an hour or two in this one before you either picked up your phone and try to go for that fact so you can get the answers, or you just put it down. Either way. You got Power Pigs of the Dark Age. It's a character platformer. This one is a little bit more elevated. This is better than Dork N Nip. It's very cartoonish, like kind of cheesy 90s cartoon silliness. I would say in the same vein as like a Boogerman or something like that. It's cool. It's a fun game, and it's definitely worth your time to check out. I had a lot of fun when I was playing it. You got Power Punch 2, which is a sports game on the collection. Is it the most amazing one? No, it's not. But it is kind of cool. The gameplay is really neat, and it is fun to play. It's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination. Anywhere close to, say, like a Punch-Out or another boxing game, like a Knockout Kings, or no, it's not. But still, it's cool to see it on this cart, and the variety again is there. Radical Rex, you got another really cool. This one is very, very cool. This is definitely a Rich's pick. Character platformer. It's the little cool guy. He's got the skateboard. The action is very fast moving. Not as good as, like, say, a Sonic, but it's still pretty cool. Definitely a cool time to check out. Then you've got Switchblade, which is a 16-bit platformer. It's an action game. This one is really cool. I didn't play this one very, very much, but it is one of those games that, like, it intrigues me. I want to spend some more time with it. And again, if I'm taking one with me, I want a platformer. I want some RPG action. I want some sports game action. I want some cute 'em up action. Side-scrolling action. Side-scrolling action game action. Still, we're not done. We're not done on this cart. So that's another one. You got the humans. What about a puzzle game? Boom. There's a puzzle game right here. All right. It's a 16-bit puzzle game. It makes you think. It's kind of cool. It's one of those everybody's got to find their way out kind of games, kind of like the Lemmings, but it's a little bit different in the way you control that. They're not, you have direct control of the humans. They're not autonomous, which is kind of cool. So it's it's a cool little game. And again, you're filling the genres here. You got that puzzle game in there. Then you've got the Immortal, which is a isometric 16-bit action adventure game. You know, think Diablo, but it's not. It's not Diablo. It's not. But it's still cool. It's still fun to play. It's a little bit clunkier than, say, a Diablo would be, but it's a dungeon crawler, and those are fun. You know, you can just find your way through and play this game. It's you know, it's got some cheap moments. I'm not gonna lie. There's some rooms that you go in and you're like, oh, okay, this is fun. I'm just gonna walk over here, and then all of a sudden a foot trap gets you, you die, and you're like, I didn't even see that pixel. Like, come on, what are you doing? But still, very cool. Could totally recommend. Way of the Exploding Fist. It's a fighting game, but is it Street Fighter? No. Is it even like Yara Kung Fu? No, still not there. But it is a fighting game that you could play, and it has that variety. I did have some fun playing this. There are some more fighting games that are on other collections that I think are better. But this in and of itself it's just a cool thing. It's just a cool thing. All right, so you got Tin Head, which is another character action platformer in the 16-bit genre. This one plays, I think, a little bit better maybe than even the other two that are on here. The Radical Rex, certainly better than Dork N Nip. Maybe even a little better than Power Pigs. Tin Head is, in my opinion, but it is a cool game to definitely check out. Then you got a racing game. You got Top Racer 1 on this cart. Now Top Racer 2 does make an appearance later on, but it's a fun game. You got that kind of like outrun vibe. You can have your nitrous feel. It's a cool game. It's a favorite of many people that we've done have in the chat, in the Evercast, I should say. But it's cool. Like, I mean, again, for me, is it Outrun? No. Is it F-Zero? No. Is it Mario Kart? Absolutely not. But it's still a cool racing game that you could have on the go with the pantheon of all the other games. And then we're still not done. It's 17 minutes. I'm talking about all these games. Then there's Water Margin, which may be climbing the ranks solidly above most of the other beat-em-ups I've ever played in my life to be one of my favorite beat-em-ups of all time. Yes, over Final Fight. Yes, over Streets of Rage. Maybe not necessarily over a Double Dragon, but it's there. It's in the pantheon. The game is that good. I think it's awesome. I think it's definitely better than even something like traditional Golden Axe on the arcade. And I'm a huge Sega fan. And saying that, this game is really that good. This game is really that good. And I consistently play it all the time. It's one of the first games that someone says, what's this Evercade business all about? Now that I have a VS, I set them down, I hand them a controller, and we play Water Margin. And it's off to the races. This was the game that when I started, and I started to play the VS, I had someone that had no idea what that was. It hasn't had a controller in their hands in 10 years. And we played through the first 5 stages of this game. And after they put the controller down, they're like, I want one of these. That's how good this game is. And again, it's on this collection of 20 other games that are just all hot bangers. I don't know what else to say about this. But we're going to go into wrap up and we're going to say some more. Because this was an epic episode filled with picks, but let's just get to the wrap up and see what we got. Hey guys, we're here with the wrap up of Piko Collection 1. And like I said, what was the richest pick? Because I'm not even like a rating. What do I think of the cart? Was the fun found on Piko 1? Are you kidding me? This is certified good times. Period. Done. End of story. Certified good times right now, Piko 1. The richest pick is just get the cart. Just saying. Just saying. Just pick it up. Just pick it up. Because you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to find something on this cart that I guarantee you, after you get done playing it, one of these games on the cart is going to be like, you know what? I would have paid $20 to play this one game. And there's 19 others on there on the cart. It is by far the best curated collection, I think, still to this day, of all the 22. And even, I haven't even played 2 of the 4 arcade carts yet. I haven't actually fully played those. And I will tell you right now, still not beating Piko 1. Not in my opinion. Still on the top. On the top of the list. And if we did the list right now, we did the rankings, still, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that comes, maybe there's some that come sort of close. Indie Heroes is really, really good. And Mega Cat's pretty good too. Not as good as this. But this, come on. This is the one. This is the one. More like this. Hey, Blaze, if you're listening, if you're watching, you get to all the way to the end of this video. One, thank you to whoever's watching. Ryan, Sean, Andrew, whoever. More like this. Because this is it. This is the one. So, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Did I get it wrong? You're like throwing stuff at the screen. You're like, oh man, Rich is just throwing adulation at Piko 1. That's not even the best card. I'll tell you what the best card is. Well, get down there. Get down there below. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so feisty today. But just get down below in the comments and let me know. Let me know. Let me know what's going on. Meanwhile, because I just played some of these, I gotta go back. I gotta go back in and I gotta play some of these for a couple minutes because it's Piko 1. And that's what you do. You put it in and you play and you have fun. So, I hope you guys had a good time with this particular cartridge review / richest picks. Fun for 5 extravaganza. Next week is going to be awesome. It's another good one. We're doing Technos 1 as we move along to all of the remaining carts. So Technos 1, it's another good one. I'm thinking there's going to be at least 4 out of the 8 that are richest picks. Which ones are they? You'll have to find out next week when you watch. And then we'll go in, we'll actually start playing them. Because if there's only like 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever richest picks, we can play some of the arcadey ones and do all that kind of thing. Like I said, I would jump in and start playing it, but I'm at 22 minutes talking, and I would want to play like 10 minutes of Brave Battle Saga just to show you how cool it is. I might have to break them up individually and do fun for 5s on all these Piko. Maybe that's what I'll do later on after I get done with all these carts. But I'm telling you right now, as far as a cart collection goes, I don't think you're getting better curation, better variety of games that are actually good. Yes, they're not all hits, but Piko 1, so good, so good. All right, so enough of me yapping. Hopefully, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Evercast. Mileage may vary on time. Just gonna warn you guys. It was a little. We might have some scheduling hiccups or whatever. So just putting it out there. If not, and then we go on 11, then I'll see you then too. We'll see what happens. But until next time, my friends, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Take it easy, guys. And go play some Piko.
RTFC.baconicecream.com